Hey everybody, welcome back. We have a bunch of brand new molds to go over today, so I'm super excited to show you those. Plus, I can't wait to show you, I have Rainbow Brite vinyl that we are going to put inside our resin tray. Oh my god, you guys, it is gorgeous. So all the molds you're going to see on today's episode are all in Temu. So we have our honeycomb. And then we have our roses. There's 3 of those. And then we have our sunflowers. Our little bumblebees. They're so cute. And then we have a mixture of daisies and sunflowers, so these will be really pretty too. Then we have a chicken and a turtle. Y'all know I like the turtles. And a really pretty jar that's going to look super gorgeous. It's real shiny on the inside, so that's going to come out nice and shiny. We're going to start with our tray. And look at this Rainbow Brite vinyl. Y'all, it is gorgeous. I Mod Podged the entire side, the front side where the color is, because the last time I tried to put fabric in resin, and I didn't Mod Podge it first, it kind of left spots where the resin didn't want to, adhere to it. So this time we Mod Podged it. But look at how bright it is and how pretty it is. Yeah, see, that's the one I was talking about. That's the one where I did it and we didn't Mod Podge it first. And it left lots of craters. So this time I Mod Podged the front to seal it all in. And then we're going to fit it into our tray. But I love how gorgeous that fabric is. I got that from a friend of mine on Whatnot. She goes by Stasa 22. So I'm going to link her YouTube channel in the description so that you can see her sewing patterns as well. And right now I'm just putting UV resin along the edge. And then we're going to cure that. And again, we're using the Let's Resin UV resin. Popping any of the bubbles I see, making sure it gets into all those spaces so we don't have any gaps whatsoever. And there we go, and I'm just using a little silicone tool. Spray it with the alcohol spray. And we're going to use our Let's Resin UV lamp. And we're going to set that to start curing. Got my coffee. Always got to have the coffee. And then we are going to start by mixing up some resin. I'm going to be making a big batch of resin this time. We end up making 21 ounces of resin in total. So I'm going to do 7 ounces of resin in each cup. It's been a while since we've done a big batch of resin, so this will be good. This is the Let's Resin Epoxy Resin. I'm going to start with part A and do 3.5 ounces into each cup. I'm really liking the Let's Resin version of the epoxy resin. One of the things I've noticed is a lot of different resins aren't as clear. The Let's Resin epoxy is incredibly clear. It's easier to get the bubbles out of it. It's just, you can just see the crystal clear quality. Now, let me just preface this by saying, I'm not saying the other resins are bad. They're not. I use the other resins as well. Oh, again, we're doing the B from Let's Resin now. Like, if you can only afford to get the other resins, then use the other resins. You guys have seen me use multiple different brands of resins, so I'm just saying that is far as epoxy resin companies go, I am really enjoying the Let's resin. Just getting that container open. And then we're going to add 3.5 ounces of the bee into each cup. And it's funny because when I started using different types of resins, it wasn't like I could really tell when it was fully mixed. So I would just mix and mix and mix. With the Let's resin, I've noticed that when you go to mix it at first, it starts to get a cloudy look. And then as it gets really incorporated and you can tell it's thoroughly mixed, then it goes back to clear. All right, there we go, 21 ounces of resin. I'm just gonna let these sit for a minute. And there we go. Now I wanted them to sit so it could, start getting a little warmer. Any of the bubbles come out of it. I'm just gonna sit here and mix these up. And while I'm doing that, I'll let you guys listen to some music. All right, we've got our resin all mixed up now. Everything is all mixed together, and we are going to get ready to start pouring. So we're going to start with our turtle. And I'm going to put some UV resin down into his shell. I want that shell to be a slightly different color from the rest of him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the UV resin into his shell part, and then set that to cure. And then we're going to add like a light layer of greenish mica powder onto him. I wanted to use the chrome mica powder to give him a different look, but I couldn't find it right then, so we go with green. To be fair, I found it the next day. It's okay, we'll make another turtle. So while we're working on that, we're going to start pouring in for what looks like our vase next, the container. So I'm going to pour some resin into this little squishy silicone cup. Sorry, it's been a long day, so my brain and body are tired, which makes words even harder, but it's okay. Squeeze in some of the Let's Resin blue alcohol ink. Anybody else see the Mickey Mouse shape right there? Not me trying to move the camera so you can see it. Look, it's Mickey Mouse. That cracked me up. I'm gonna stir that alcohol ink in there, and you really want to make sure that it gets thoroughly mixed in. Add a little bit of the really blue sparkly bits. It's not really, well, it's glitter, but they're more like strands of glitter, tiny strands of glitter. Spray the inside of our mold with the alcohol. Wow, my words are really bad today. I am so sorry. And in goes the resin. Look at that color, it's so pretty. I love how the alcohol inks give your projects almost like a glass appearance. Where if you want the mica powder, it gives it more of a solid look. The alcohol inks give it more of a glassy look. Whoop, there went my camera. So we're just going to squeeze around, make sure it gets all into the mold spaces. You want to do this very carefully so that you don't force the resin up and over and make a big mess. Not me wishing I had another pair of hands. That would have made this a lot easier. And now we're going to do the top. And again, 3 drops of that blue alcohol ink from Let's Resin. And another Mickey Mouse shape. I don't know why that cracked me up so much, but it did. Mix that all in. And then I will make sure to link the epoxy, the UV resin, and the alcohol inks in the description for you. I'm pretty sure the glitters came with the epoxy resin. I will double check that for you as well. I'll pour that right in. Look at that, we measured that pretty good. Nice. Boy, my camera does not want to stay up today. Slide that over there. Yep, got a little bit more and we can fit it right into the base here. There we go. Just making sure I use every bit of that. And next we have our chicken. Oh, I do have a tiny bit left in that cup of the resin, so we're going to add some yellow, which I forgot to open. So while I'm getting that open, we're going to add a little bit of yellow. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the opaque white. Oop, dropped the ring into the cup. Yep, that happened. It's fun. So note to self, when you open the Let's Resin alcohol inks, make sure you take the ring off it before it drops in your resin. And then add some of that, the ocean white. Not a lot, just a little bit. I'm just gonna mix that up real quick, and it didn't quite, it gives it like a very light lemony color, but not quite what I was going for. I wanted a little darker. So we're gonna use our Let's Resin gold mica powder. Put a little bit in there. And there we go. Mix that up. And we're going to pour some of our honeycomb and our sunflowers. Now, in hindsight, when you go to pour these, it would probably be easier if you used those pipettes to pour them in. Make less of a mess. But because I didn't think that through, in typical me fashion, I did make a bit of a mess. But it's okay. They came out beautifully, which you will see at the end of the video. So I'm just pushing it down, making sure it gets into all those tiny little spaces. Do the same with the second honeycomb. And then pour them into our sunflowers as well. I'm trying to be nice and careful and not make a huge mess. I really should have just used the pipets. I have a whole bunch of them. I don't know why I didn't think to use them. Spray them with alcohol ink. And then we're going to pour some little bumblebees. These bumblebees are so freaking adorable. I am over the moon with how cute they are. I know, I'm easily amused. It's okay. Just kind of spreading it around, trying to clean up some of that mess I made with the overspillage. And then since we have a little bit left over, we're going to put some into our daisy mold. Get them in that flower there. And then set that aside and bring out our next 7 ounces. So we're going to pour our chicken. We've got the Let's Resin Purple, which is a gorgeous purple. Open that bottle up and squeeze some in. Stir that up, making sure you stir it really well. You really want to incorporate all of that alcohol ink into the resin. Now it's hard for me to move the camera at this point to make sure that you stay in view, because at this point I've got some resin on my gloves. And having gotten resin on a previous phone, not a mistake I want to do again. Here we go, put our little purple glitter in there. Super pretty. Look at how pretty that is. And pour it into our chicken. Oops, I forgot to spray it. Making sure to squeeze the tail, making sure to squeeze the face so that there's no bubbles. And fill her on up. Set that off to the side. And since I have a little bit purple left, we are going to make purple roses. You kind of want to tap them to make sure any bubbles pop up to the surface. And if you look closely, you can see the one we had first poured and there's bubbles popping up. That's why we want to tap them, so the bubbles come up to the back instead of staying in the top part of it. Spray them with the alcohol spray. Popping all the bubbles I see with our little silicone tool. There we go. Now I have a little purple left, so I'm trying to figure out what I did with my little skull molds. and opted for pendant pieces or jewelry pieces instead. So this is also going to get messy because these little earring pieces are tiny. They're teeny tiny. So I was like, you know what, it's fine. I can clean them up with scissors later. Just trying to scrape the excess back off into the cup. One of the things that we are doing is we will be moving soon in the next couple months. The plus side on that means I can redo my setup to make it easier to make sure you guys are always in camera view as I'm working. Pour the leftovers into our little skulls. There we go. Now our turtle has nicely cured. Alright, so there's our green mica powder. And we're just going to brush it onto the cured UV resin that we poured into our turtle. Y'all, take a minute. Let's enjoy the fact that there are no bubbles on all of our resin pieces. Look at how clear and smooth they all are. They make me happy. There we go, we're just going to smooth that around. And you'll notice I took my gloves off because at this point my gloves were getting really sticky from all the excess resin on them. So I'm just going to swap them out and put a different pair of gloves on. We're just coating that powder all along the shell of little turtle dude. This green from the Let's Resin mica powders is a very shimmery green. It's really pretty. Then we have our epoxy resin that we're just going to pour right in there. Did you see how clear that resin was? No bubbles, nice and clear, absolutely gorgeous. Should I have put gloves on for that part? Yeah. Did I? No. Slide our little turtle out of the way. Bring back our tray. All cured, making sure I wipe down the spot where we're going to put our fabric. I'm going to move the camera angle so you can see it a little better. I'm going to place down our Rainbow Brite vinyl. Now this vinyl is a little different. The fabric we typically use is a very thin fabric. The vinyl's thicker, so it's not going to sink as well. So I'm just going to pour some of that into the base. So that the bottom cover also has something to adhere to. Add a little more. Give it a nice thin layer. And again, I should have put my gloves back on. And I'm going to push it down with our silicone stick, trying only to touch where the resin hasn't gone yet. And then pour the rest of our resin in. Now I will next time cut it a little shorter around the edges so it fits a little better. But I have to say, as you'll see later on, it came out A+. I was excited about it. Scrape out all those little last bits. And then I'm going to let everything sit overnight. Now one of the things I did is once that tray got solid, I moved one of my heavy rocks and set it on top to kind of try to push it all down the rest of the way. It will need another layer on the back. I haven't decided if I'm going to do another layer or if I want to do felt on the back. Alright, so here we go. Everything is nice and cured. It sat overnight on the warming mat. Now I realized I forgot to hit record. We did demold the honeycomb and the flowers and a couple bees. So I'm going to show you what we already demolded since I forgot to hit record. These are our sunflowers. So I need a little cleanup, but that's okay. Easy cleanup. And then our honeycombs, which again, they need some cleanup, but we have the little scissors, so we can clean those up nice and quick. Demold the little bumblebees. Look at them, they're so cute. I absolutely love how those bumblebees turned out. Then our little purple roses. And everything cured nice and pretty. Look at that color. There's our second one. I like how the glitter in there isn't like in your face glitter. It's more like a subtle hint that gives it a little shimmer. And there we go. I do need to finish the ring holder that's sitting off to the side there. And these are all of our little jewelry pieces, which again, we will clean up. Those on the cleanup are going to be really easy. You're just going to snip around them. It's very thin. So it's just a quick snip with a pair of scissors. There's our other flower. Not me saving the big pieces till the last. Those skulls do not like coming out of their mold. They really don't. It's always a struggle to get the skulls out. There's one.
Dancing light through crystal streams. Her hands create what her heart believes. Glitter falls like summer rain.
And two. I love the shimmer on those. I know, I keep saying that, but I really do. Here's the top of our jar. Look at how pretty it is, and it's so shiny. The blue and the glitter and the shiny silicone mold really makes those pieces nice and shiny when they come out. And then the bottom part of our jar. And you want to be careful when you demold these. You don't want to pop a hole in them or tear them, because that will just destroy your mold. And this one I'm just kind of pulling and rolling down.
Drips of honey, drops of dew. Every flaw she makes it true.
Just about got it. And voila! Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. Yeah, I definitely love the way that blue one turned out. That is gorgeous. Cannot wait to make these in other colors. Which reminds me, if you have any color ideas, let me know. Drop them in the comments. Then demold our turtle. Look at the turtle! The detail on this guy is amazing. He turned out super cute. And then demold our chicken. Anybody else have chickens? My best gal pal, she has chickens. She has lots of chickens. She is going to love this one. Look at him, all purple and sparkly and gorgeous. Him, her, I don't know, it's a chicken. And then our tray. Now I will need to fix the back. Not a problem. Already knew we were going to have to do that. Look at Rainbow Brite. Oh my god, you guys. Look at her. It's so brilliant and the color is crisp and it is gorgeous. Now I did follow Rainbow Brite up with a layer of UV resin to kind of flatten it out some. And then we're going to put all the pieces together and make some awesome items. There we go, Rainbow Brite. She's so cool looking. And our jar. And our chicken. Our adorable little turtle that I added some gold highlights to. And look what I did with the bees. I made them into little magnets. They're so cute. Thank you guys so much for hanging around and sticking with me to the end. I appreciate it so much. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you'd like to see next. Have a great night, you guys.